Welcome to Arsenal Report, your daily source for all things Arsenal FC. From match updates and transfer talk to behind-the-scenes stories, we've got it all. If you're a true gunner, this is your home. Hit subscribe and join the pride. Victory through harmony. Let's get started. Arsenal have revealed David Raya will officially become their number one next year after the Spaniard opted to change his shirt number. Raya has been the first choice since last season when he replaced Aaron Ramsdale. He initially arrived on loan, taking the number 22 with Ramsdale in place with the number 1 shirt. Raya made his move to the Emirates permanent last summer, while Ramsdale was sold to Southampton. The Spaniard opted to keep hold of his 22 shirt this season, with Ramsdale having not been sold until late in the window. The number 1 has remained vacant across this campaign, despite Raya playing all but 3 games. Neto has been his main backup, with Tommy Setford and Jack Porter appearing in 1 Carabao Cup game apiece. Boss Mikel Arteta is keen to add to his goalkeeping options in the summer. While he is looking to bring in more competition for Raya, the Gunners have made it clear he will remain Arteta's first choice. The club have announced a move before the transfer window even opens, which firms up Raya's position. It has been announced that Raya will switch shirt numbers from 22 to the number 1. The Gunners confirmed that the Spaniard made the decision to move into the vacant number 1 shirt himself. He follows in the footsteps of David Seaman, Jens Lehmann, Manuel Almunia, Wojciech Szczesny, Petr Cech, Bernd Leno and Ramsdale. All of them have worn the Gunners' number 1 shirt since permanent squad numbers were introduced to the Premier League back in 1993-94. With the number 22 shirt vacant, it has been taken by wonderkid Ethan Nwaneri, who has left his number 53 jersey. The changes will come into effect following the conclusion of the current campaign. Arteta's top target for a new keeper is Joan Garcia, who has impressed at Espanyol. The Spaniard has reportedly made it clear he wants to join the Gunners, with Aston Villa and Barcelona also circling. Arsenal failed in a move for Garcia last summer, but he has admitted he now feels ready to step up, with a spot in Spain's World Cup 2026 squad his aim. He told AP last month, "There was lots of interest last summer, above all from Arsenal, but I stayed here, and from then on, I have been 100% focused on this campaign. We all know the situation, not just mine, but of the club, and anything can happen. But the future will tell, and we will worry about it when the time comes. I think I am goalkeeper that transmits confidence when it comes to making decisions. And through the years, I have learned to accept my mistakes and use them to improve. I think that is something that any football player needs, but especially a goalkeeper. I am proud to be considered one of the goalkeepers who have a chance to go to the national team. It is the highest honour to play for one's country at a World Cup. So if I have that chance, I will give it my all to make it happen." Mikel Arteta is set to get his way, with Thomas Partey preparing to reject big money offers from elsewhere to sign a new contract with Arsenal. Partey's current deal is due to expire at the end of June, but the Gunners have received encouragement that the midfielder will stay put. The Ghana international joined Arsenal from Atletico Madrid for £45 million in 2020 and has made 165 appearances for the club. His importance to Arteta's side has been clear this season, with his absence from the first leg of their Champions League semi-final against Paris Saint-Germain costing them dear. It had been expected that Partey would leave the club at the end of the season, with Atleti, Barcelona and Juventus among the clubs interested in signing him on a free transfer. There has also been concrete interest from the Saudi Pro League, with a huge contract reportedly on offer for the 31-year-old. Arteta has made it clear that he wants to keep Partey and the club open talks over an extension in April. The Evening Standard reports that the midfielder is keen to stay with the North London club and ideally wants a new deal sorted before the final game of the season against Southampton on May 25th. The news comes 4 days after similar positive steps were taken towards securing Leandro Trossard. The Belgian attacker had also attracted interest from Saudi Arabia, but could land a new deal until 2029 with the Gunners. Arsenal turned down a bid from Al Ittihad last summer and have moved to counteract any further bids by entering talks ahead of the transfer window opening on June 1st. Trossard is wanted to support the arrival of a world-class number 9, with the 60 million rated Victor Gyökeres the top target. Arsenal are poised to sign Real Sociedad midfielder Martin Zubimendi for £51 million in the summer transfer window and want Partey to play alongside him in midfield. The desire to keep him has been strengthened by the likely departure of Jorginho, who has been offered a move to Brazilian side Flamengo. Asked in April whether there had been progress over a new deal for Partey, Arteta said, "Yes, there is progress with all the players. I'll leave that to sporting director Andrea Berta and the club to decide and to talk about." Pushed on whether the intention is to keep Partey, he added, "The intention is very clear. I'll leave that to Andrea and the club to take a step forward." Partey has made 50 appearances across all competitions this season, the first time he's reached that number since 2017/18 at Atleti, and Arsenal are encouraged by his durability. Arsenal have been told Victor Gyökeres is all theirs for £60 million. The Gunners' hierarchy have made a striker their number one summer transfer priority, and the Sporting Lisbon star is on a three-man shortlist. Gyökeres, who turns 27 next month, has become an increasingly attractive option because of his amazing goal tally. Sporting are willing to do business, and they have already made inquiries as they look to get business done early. Sporting striker Gyökeres, who has scored 95 goals in 100 appearances, would command a contract well in excess of £200,000 a week to make him one of Arsenal's top earners. They may have to pay in excess of £7 million a year net to land the Sweden international, who had previous spells at Brighton and Coventry before realising his full potential at Sporting. Arsenal do face competition with the likes of Manchester United also in the hunt, and Gyökeres is set to be one of the most sought-after transfers this summer. There is believed to be an agreement for Gyökeres to leave Sporting if a club pays €70 million, just over £60 million, with the Portuguese giants already earmarking cash for a rebuild next season. The price could go higher if there is a bidding war which puts the pressure on to get a deal done. The Gunners also retain a strong interest in Newcastle striker Alexander Isak and RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko. But there is a real pressure to get deals done early to bolster Mikel Arteta's squad after an underwhelming season which followed two bad transfer windows. Gunners boss Arteta remains a huge fan of Isak, and that would be a dream signing, but all the indications are that Newcastle will not sell, and their chances of keeping him and tying him down to a new contract will increase if they can reach the Champions League. Isak has yet to commit himself to a new deal and has proved to be a sensation in the Premier League while also helping Newcastle win the Carabao Cup. Arsenal were hugely keen on Sesko last summer and probably would have got their man until the Slovenian decided to stay at RB Leipzig for another year. Sesko, who is 22 later this month, has youth, athleticism and room for growth, plus also potential sell-on value all on his side. But it is believed Arsenal's new sporting director Andrea Berta rates Gyökeres highly and has strong links to get a deal done. That has left Gyökeres looking like a strong possibility for Arsenal, who are ready to spend big this summer to bolster their squad, with Real Sociedad's Martin Zubimendi set to arrive. Athletic Bilbao winger Nico Williams is also on their list, plus Espanyol keeper Joan Garcia.